Okay, I just did like a 20-minute video, but let me do a pared down version. So I'm going to share a story about an agent that requested my manuscript and the feedback that I got from it. And so as you're going through your journey, you're going to question yourself, or somebody's going to make you question yourself about, like, okay, did I write my book properly? Like, is this in the right genre? Like, do I need to go back and make all these changes? Because you're going to have to decide at the end of the day if you want to stay true to the spirit of your book or if you want to fit in somebody's box. And it's a very subjective business. Everybody's going to tell you it's subjective. Whether you're getting a rejection or offer, everyone says it. It's on their websites. What one person likes, another may hate, right? So this agent in particular requested my full manuscript. She had gatekeepers, I'll say. And so my first 50 pages got past the gatekeeper. They requested my full manuscript. It got sent to the agent. And so she decided she wanted to give me feedback and like just kind of get a little more around the story to decide if she wanted to make an offer or not, essentially. And so we spoke on the phone for an hour, which one lets you know, like, I have something good here. Because if an agent who doesn't represent you, and she said this, like, I'm not making any money off of you, and I decided to take a whole hour out of my Sunday to talk to you about this, right? So, like, you have something good here. The foundation is there. Like, this is going to be great. So, for me, I write within psychological thriller category, but I also have elements of other genres in my book, which my beta readers love. And the books that I'm drawn to, they do that too. So mostly it's romance. Some type of romance is thrown in there. And that's just how I tend to write my stories too. And so for her, she's not like a straight up romance agent. And she was saying that she couldn't figure if there were editors that she could send the book to or where to position it. And as a debut author, it's easier if you're fitting into one category, right? It's easier to figure out where to put your book on the shelf. Even though, the books that I comp, they have those same elements as mine, right? So that was like her big thing. And then there were other things too that we talked about. But, in general, really loved my character development, loved the dialogue between my characters, said it was very natural, loved the premise of my story. Let me know that like my book was making a statement and a statement that needs to be made. So regardless of if it's her or somebody else, she knows that it's going to be very successful. And she's like, she loves my personality and, just the way my writing comes across. And whether or not I decide to make the changes that she wants to see, which is removing essentially all the romance stuff, maybe putting it in another book, which it's a standalone, so that's not happening. And like going strictly for hardcore psychological thriller for her fan base and her people that she works with. Or if I decide to go another direction, she was saying that we can stay in contact because, she stays in contact with authors that she doesn't rep all the time and, has great friendships out of those. And so it really made me question myself of like, am I writing this book properly? Because initially when I wrote the book, I was going a direction with it and it just did not feel right in my spirit. So I scrapped the whole thing and rewrote the book. And everybody loved the book. All my beta readers loved it. And agents I've been pitching it to, there's always somebody out of the batch who wants the full book, right? So I know I'm doing something right. So I decided to stay true to the spirit of my book, and I'm not going to take out those elements because I started looking at other agents, and the next agent I looked at literally wants books that cross genres, specifically that have romance in it, right? So again, for her, she was like, maybe I'm an idiot, and somebody else is going to look at this book and be like, "Ugh, just change one or two things, but it's perfect. Like, it's literally perfect the way it is right now." And so that's why they say it's subjective. And you're going to find the agent out there who fits, right? And maybe you do need to make changes to your book. One of her things was, if you're getting continual feedback from people on the same thing, make sure you look at that, which I wasn't. But, there was something, and it was like the timeline, because I had the current setting in 2020, and I did hear something about that multiple times from people, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just go back and change it to a different date, different year, because everyone's like COVID, and there's nothing about COVID in my book. So things like that. If somebody's pinpointing something to you, if you keep getting feedback about something, that's something that you need to go back and look at, right? I will say the thing I've gone back to look at currently is my synopsis. Because I did have an agent who was like, "Oh, I really love the concept of your book, but looking through your synopsis, it just seems like there's a bunch of plot holes." And I'm like, "But you're not going to get the full story from the synopsis. That's the whole point of a synopsis. Like, it hits all the big things that are happening in the book, and it gives you all spoilers in the book, but you're not getting the literal, actual, full story in the book. There's going to be things missing, which is why you need to read the book, right?" But I digress. So yes, decide if you're going to stay true to the book, or if there is something you actually need to change in the book itself, or if you're going to try to pander to an agent specifically, right? So for me, I'm staying true to the spirit of the book. I know that there's somebody out there who wants it the way it is. Whether, I need to make some editorial changes, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. But structurally, I'm not taking the romance element out of this book. And so just know that in your journey, you will get feedback, and that feedback may make you question yourself. But it's also going to challenge you to really sit with your book, right? Because there were questions and things that she had. She only read like the first 100 pages or so. And for me, it also is kind of like, well, if you read the full manuscript, then like all these things would tie together, right? But they have a million other things that they're doing. Again, there's no shade, because I appreciate the conversation so much. I'm so glad she took the time to talk to me. And it let me know that I'm closer to my yes, right? I'm one rejection closer, because every step of the way, I've gotten something more from every agent who's requested my book. And I know I'm almost there. And so the fact that an agent wanted to talk to me, and we spoke for an hour, and, she gave me all these good things, and she gave me some things to think about, right? So glean whatever positive thing you can from every conversation, everything of feedback that you're getting. Put your emotions to the side, because these are our babies that we're sending out to the world, and we're putting our heart out there, right? And if somebody's rejecting, it's like somebody's stomping on your heart, and you're ready to set it off, because it's like, well, how can you feel this way about the book when everybody else loves it, right? But put those emotions to the side and really sit and think about what they said, and decide what it is you're going to take from that, and keep it pushing, okay? And again, make whatever edits that need to be made before you're sending it out to the next batch. And don't query 50 people at a time, because if you get a few agents who all are telling you one thing, and there was somebody in that 50 that you really wanted to talk to that you sent to like later, and you could have made those changes, and they could have like taken your book, you're going to be screwing yourself, right? So stay positive. Your offer is coming. Your book deal is coming. Your representation is coming. Your best-selling, whatever is out there for you, is coming, okay? So yeah, stay the course. Take the positive. Don't burn bridges. Be grateful for any feedback that you get, and decide how you're going to implement it, whether it's for the book that you're querying or for a different novel that you're going to write in the future. and stay blessed. Yeah, we out here. We got it. We're good. We're gonna be out here making money, best-selling offers. Okay, we're speaking it. We're doing it. We're great. But yeah, let me know if there's anything else, any other topics you guys want to discuss. Let me talk. Tell me about your journeys and the things that you're going through. And I will see you next time. Ciao, Pascal.